All right, we are on March the 8th, 2026, a few days after the launch of Marathon, Bungie's newest game. And by the way, Bungie doesn't release games often. The last time they released a new game was, well, you could count Destiny 2, but Destiny 1, Destiny 2 kind of in the same realm, was 12 years ago. So it's been a hot minute. Now, there is a clip circulating around that my dear own editor, Quiver, decided to clip and post up of me saying, I don't think this game is going to fall below 100,000 players concurrent. Probably 10K average player base. I guarantee you Marathon is not going to drop below 100,000 concurrent players for the first 6 months. Clip it, boys. Clip it. We may have been a little off. You know what I'm saying? We may have been a little off. Now, I could say, you know, maybe if you count consoles, you know, I could try to justify the clip. But in reality, I thought we were going to be over 100,000 on Steam. Now, a lot of people have been sharing around the player population numbers for Marathon and are saying that the game is dead. Again, we don't know what the console numbers are like. If it's like Destiny console numbers are larger than PC numbers. I'm not going to say that PlayStation has carried, but it has outweighed Steam for a very, very long time. With that being said, without a doubt, any developer, any studio, especially a studio like Bungie, wants to see this number and this number to go up. And what you're really seeing from this is kind of similar to like Destiny. You're seeing, obviously the numbers from Destiny were much, much larger, but you're seeing a hold, right? You're seeing a hold and you're seeing some level of retention, which is good. You know, if you look at High Guard, it started off at like 97,000 and then just straight up bottom to 10K, I think within the day. I mean, it was very, very fast. So you're seeing retention here. And I've noticed that the dialogue surrounding Marathon, when people talk about this game, is you'll like it the more you play it. Now, I also understand the sentiment around a multi-billion-dollar company should have a better hook than you'll like it more you play it. Sound familiar though? If you're a Destiny player, whether it's Destiny 1 or Destiny 2, you kind of, especially Destiny 1, you kind of had to be like remember trying to even explain what Destiny was to somebody? And it was also in a similar situation there. It was like the campaign wasn't the hook. It wasn't as if that we had this huge narrative experience like we got in the previous Halo games. If anything, I finished the Destiny 1 campaign and kind of just wandered around going, where do I go? What do I do? What is the point of this? And it seemed kind of aimless there for, I would say, a week. But then I started finding avenues that I was enjoying. And it was one of those things like the more I played Destiny, the more I liked it. Now, granted, if you're looking to be satisfied right here and now, and you're looking for a hook right within the first hour, I'm gonna just say I don't think Marathon has that. It does not have that hook. It is, if anything, it may do the opposite in the first hour. If you sat down and was like, I'm going to give Marathon an hour to prove to me that I should play it, you may uninstall within that first hour. Because between environmental damage, getting damn poisoned by the damn things in Dire Marsh, between claymores being set up in every damn building, between players immediately going balls deep in you, between PvE enemies killing people before you can even do anything. It's a brutal, brutal world. So now we have not only a very niche genre, that being extraction, okay, but we've completely taken the casualness out of it. Like in my opinion, there is nothing casual about Marathon by design, which already loses a lot of people. I mean, we talked about the clip, we memed on the clip the other day, but that guy that was, you know, he was shooting at an enemy from super far. I think he was using like an SMG, and you know, his review of the game was essentially that it was terrible because he wandered around, and when he did fight engagements, he got owned. And that is an experience I think a lot of people have experienced with Marathon. However, if you do stick it out, I gotta say, man, like I'm sick right now, you probably could tell. And we're still trying to put in, we almost got 35 hours in the game the past 3 days here. I dare I say, addicted to the loop that Marathon has presented here. And I was skeptical because I didn't know if Outpost was really going to live up to the hype, but that third map has really lived up to it. The type of engagements you have on that map, the PvP rush right out the gate that you have, the fact that you have multiple ways of unlocking the pinwheel. And then when you get up to the top, you have ways of getting loot, but also you have to deal with other players that might be in the pinwheel as well. I think if Outpost is indicative of what Cryo Archive could be or will be, that right there could be our Vault of Glass moment. And if you remember Destiny, Destiny really didn't sell for anybody. Everybody was kind of like aimless after the campaign. You know, no one really understood what the hell they were doing. And then Vaulted Glass dropped. Now, I know that's putting a lot of hype, a lot of copium on Cryo Archive. But hell, Bungie has presented entire trailers just to the Cryo Archive. It's my understanding there's even an ARG going on right now that might be able to allow people to solve or get access to the Cryo Archive. I don't see that happening anytime soon because I feel like that thing is just locked until the end of the month. But we'll see. Yes, and no one is doing the ARG because everybody is killing the piss out of each other. I'm sorry, boys. Right now, like, don't get me wrong, solving puzzles together as a community, I love it. But right now, I want your loot. And everybody is shoot on sight. Everybody, every soul in this game, shoot on sight. Rooks, shoot on sight. I'm even seeing rook on rook violence, which is fantastic. This is what I was hoping for. Yeah, and also like the sandbox. People are just exploring the sandbox and whatnot. But here's the interesting thing. Even though Marathon's numbers obviously are not fantastic. Again, I don't know what console numbers are looking like. This is the crazy thing. Marathon is sitting at almost 11,000 very positive reviews on Steam. So the people that are playing it are actually liking it and liking it enough to go and drop a review. I think PlayStation is also looking like that. Somebody want to give me a screenshot of PlayStation. All right, so if you go look at Marathon Standard Edition on PlayStation, it's sitting at a 4.69 star rating out of 5. So yeah, I mean, if you compare that to Steam, about the same there. That's a good sign, man. That's a good sign. That at least means the people that are playing the game are enjoying the game. And look, I just could tell just from the people that we play with on a regular basis, just about every Destiny player that I see is playing this game, especially my Destiny PvP guys. They are all no life in the hell out of Marathon. So what does that really mean in the long run? Well, I guess it really means Bungie is going to have to do everything they can to make higher lows and potentially higher highs, because some of the dialogue is already starting to change a bit around Marathon. Will people give it a try? I don't know. And I also don't even know what internal metrics Bungie or Sony wanted to meet for this. But I think a lot is really going to ride on Cryo Archive. I think so much is going to ride on that map. Highguard had better numbers. Highguard had terrible retention, and it was free to play. And I also don't even know what Highguard's presence was on consoles. What is the worst part of Marathon? I would say that with Marathon, the worst and best part is equally the same. Some people are going to say UI. No, I think this is the thing that's going to make people uninstall the game. Losing your shit. And I know some of you are familiar with extraction shooters, but losing your shit. Like when you lose, I lost my gold backpack yesterday. When you lose your gold backpack or your gold items, weapons, whatever they may be, that is a terrible, terrible feeling. I'm not going to lie, man. It kind of brings me back to my RuneScape days. You know, when you were out in the wildy and you lost your shit. But it's two sides to the same coin, where there is you who just lost all of your gold stuff. There is a person gaining that. Your lowest low is their highest high. And vice versa. If you find someone with gold stuff and you rat them just right, and they happen to have that good shit, and now you take his stuff, now that is your highest high. It's poker with guns. It kind of is. It's poker with guns. And I'm not going to lie, fellas. It's pretty addicting. It is pretty addicting. I don't know what's on the other side of that person's corpse. It could be nothing. It could be a free kit. It could be everything. It could be your wildest dreams. And that right there is what has pulled me into this game. And I cannot stop playing it to the detriment of my health. So Marathon's biggest con and biggest pro are really one and the same. One thing I gotta admit, though, is that Bungie, I thought they were gonna be a lot slower on getting fixes out. I don't know, you just saw the tweet. Bungie's been addressing things so fast. And I don't know if it's the dedicated servers, the infrastructure they obviously have in place. Bungie's being very quick about addressing things. I'm also very happy they didn't roll things back. The other day, there was a duplication glitch where we were able to duplicate the in-game currency to buy items off of the season pass. We maxed out the season pass day one. So kind of funny. They didn't roll it back. So good stuff. They letting it fly. Solo's ass. Arc Raiders is great solo. Wish it was like that. Solo inside of Marathon is ass because the road is more dangerous. And secondly, everyone shoots on sight. Everyone shoots on sight. Solo is a different game. It is a scarier game, a horror game. The road is incredibly dangerous. You have no backup and everyone shoots on sight, man. Now, personally, I think I like watching solo gameplay of Marathon more than teams. Teams, You almost get like Apex vibes in a way, which is fun. It's cool, right? You're seeing 2 teams of 3 or 3 teams of 3 going at it. Everyone's got their own kits, their different strategies. But solos, when you watch it, when I'm watching someone play solo, it's honestly like a good viewing experience. Because you feel like you're watching, you know, a semi-horror game. You don't know what's around that corner. And there's no backup. There's nobody's going to save you. Personally, I think my favorite inside of this game has been Rook runs. Rook runs, which are solo runs, but they're solo runs against other trios, has the highest potential of you walking away with the best loot. But also, you're going against teams of 3. But I think Rook runs are my favorite part of Marathon, outside of like solving puzzles and whatnot with the team. Now, is this a success? I don't know. I don't have those metrics, guys. I don't know what Sony deems a success. I know for sure Bungie would probably want these numbers to be higher. Hell, who wouldn't? But what I would just concentrate on right now if I was Bungie is just sustaining these numbers, right? Just sustaining these numbers. Feed the people that love your game right now. And there are people that love this game. You see it from the reviews. You see it from the people that are no life in the piss out of it. And keep that roadmap rolling, man. Keep it rolling. People waiting for the Vault of Glass moments. I get it. I don't know. Cryo Archive is being built up pretty good. And just remember, one of the leads from Vault of Glass is who worked on Cryo Archive. Now, I don't know what that means for us. If it's actually going to, I don't think it's going to be that crazy, but it is interesting. Man came out of retirement just to work on this. Not Luke Smith. God dog it. We would have talked about this.
Slap that like button like your mama told you right.